don't think we're done. We did it. We did a 2-day shoot. And rested up last night. How do you feel?
Like Cinderella after the ball. Yes, it was absolutely wonderful, Terry. We did it. We all did it. Team Heather did it.
Yes,
It was
we did.
absolutely fantastic.
Yes,
How do
we
you
did.
feel, Terri Sharp?
I feel good. I feel good about it. Jorge Flores is an excellent videographer. We had Chumby Salinas working with us, and Bill Pritchard, and Victoria, and Patty. We had a good crew.
Awesome crew.
Let's tell them how we met.
All right. Well, the way I remember it, I was miserable in Scotland somewhere, looking on Facebook, gigging away. I needed songs, and a little birdie told me about Terri Sharp. So I met Terri Sharp through a mutual friend of yours.
On
And
Facebook.
On Facebook. And they said, "Hey Heather, have you heard Terri Sharp songs?" And I said, "No, but I would like to." And we met on Facebook, as you remember. And basically I heard Eventually, which was what we did. This was the video we did. And I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with it instantly. And I played it, and I played it over and over and over again, and I was in love with it. And then I get back to Terry and I say, please, can I sing this song? And here we are, doing a video with Eventually. We've did a whole album, 9 of which are Terry's, and they're all fantastic songs, in Nashville. And a year later, it's coming to fruition. I just can't believe it. It's awesome. You can tell your version.
Well, I had heard one of your videos that went by on my news feed, and I thought, she's different. You know, she's really got a good voice. She's really different. But that morning in that radio show chat room or whatever we were in, I wasn't going to try to pitch you my songs, and it was somebody else that brought it up, and I'm thinking, oh, please let her like it. Please let her like it. And when you called me on Skype,
Yep.
and you sang it a cappella, I fell to my knees and thank you, God, because I'd been wishing on the same star. You know, I'd been praying. I need somebody to sing my songs.
And I needed the good songs.
And those songs I think were always good, but we didn't have the right demo. But I'm a firm believer that this is a God thing, and that it was a divine appointment for us to meet, and it's why those songs, except for the 2 that Don McLean recorded, it's why nothing ever happened with the other ones. They were waiting for Miss Heather Dickson.
Yes, ma'am.
I firmly believe that. And then when you wanted to hear others, Daphne Peerless said the most beautiful quote. She said she downloaded the CD over there in Italy so she could play it for John, and she said, Heather Dickson can interpret your heart, talking to me. And that was just the most perfect way to say that, because that's true. And for her to be so much younger, and you know, those are older songs.
I love those songs. I adore them. And obviously, Eventually is the diamond in my heart. It's the diamond of the album. That is the one that brought us together. That is the one that started this whole thing. And we have a video of it now to show the world, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud to be
I'm
part
proud
of
of
it.
you. You went to Nashville and wowed Nashville, and I mean that's not easy to do, because they have people coming in every day, all day long.
Well, I'm proud of that.
Well,
And I'm proud of Rick, the producer, all
Rick
the musicians.
Rick Durrett, when he came aboard, I sent him a demo that you had done over in Scotland of one of my songs, and he said, "Oh, I'd like to produce her." I said, "Show me some numbers." And he did, so it worked out so much better to record it in Nashville, and you know, it's just been, Chumby calls it synchronicity.
That's exactly what it
serendipity.
is.
You know, everything just started falling in place. There were a few obstacles that that we got through.
Oh yeah, but do you know what though? The most amazing thing, when I got off that plane and I arrived in Newark, and I was standing at the luggage area, and this little lady came up and she says, "Howdy, man." And I says, "Hi." She says, "Where are you from?" I says, "I'm from Scotland." "Oh, are you a country singer from Scotland?" I says, "Yeah." And it was weird because it was almost like she already knew. And she said, "Where are you going?" I says, "I'm going to Nashville." "Oh, you going to Nashville? It's a gift from God." And I really, I appreciated that. And I was happy about that. Then I got on the plane and I landed in Nashville, met Terry and I met Rick, and we chilled for a couple of days, went to the studio. And Terry was outside and she was talking to this homeless guy, this lovely, smiley homeless guy.
Sober homeless
just
guy.
trying to make a few bucks. Terry handed him a few bucks and she was chatting away. And then I was still outside and he came up to me and he said, "A lot of the good magic comes from this little studio, All the best comes from this little studio."
Midtown studio.
And I said, "Well, I sure hope so." He said, "You know what?" He said, "It's a gift from God. You got a gift from God." And I just thought, oh my God. I mean, that can't be coincidence. And we've always said it's a gift from God. And you know what? Thank you, God, because it is.
I've always believed that. I mean,
Yep.
I've just always believed it, just because the way things kind of fell in place. And in the beginning, I thought you'd be doing the songs in Scotland. And I mean, just the way it's worked out, and this wonderful video crew that we had, and you were so good acting.
Oh.
And you had never really done that before, and worked
Yep.
with the great Bobby Flores. as
Oh,
your
Bobby
love.
Flores, he's wonderful. Wonderful.
He's easy on the eyes, isn't he?
He sure is.
All the girls are staring at him, and we got Yolanda over in the Netherlands saying, "I wish it was me."
I've had the time of my life, Terry. I really have. And these songs, I hope that they all appreciate them just as much as I do, and you, and everyone else involved, and Team Heather. Got a lot of support, and I'd like to thank everybody for that. Because without them, we wouldn't be as vibrant as we are.
It's
So
true.
I
We've
think
had a
that-
lot of support and a lot of prayers from Team Heather on Facebook, and people watching every day to see what's happening.
I know. And even Rick wore the kilt.
Oh yeah,
He even wore the kilt just for me. And
to
we
the
had-
studio, but he didn't wear it the first day when all the
No.
musicians were there, because he was afraid they would lift it.
That's funny. But we had Hamish, the little piper as well.
Yes, had a good luck charm sitting on the control board in the studio. And then they mixed it at the fabulous Quadraphonic studio in Nashville. And then the amazing Benny Quinn,
Oh,
who mastered it. It's just, we had the best.
Kim Morrison, she walked in and blew me away. She is like, she's one little lady who is actually a choir.
Yes, the choir of Kim
Oh,
Morrison.
she's amazing. And then of course,
She does the background vocals.
yeah, she was the background vocalist. Oh,
And her
but
husband, Ronnie Godfrey, the piano player who used to be with Marshall Tucker. We had Chris Lusinger and
Steve
and,
Turner.
Mike Chapman, the G-Men that played on all of Garth Brooks' songs.
Yep.
And Steve Turner, plus a couple other drummers, but Steve Turner is Dolly Parton's full-time drummer.
Yep.
We just and Mike Duchette on the
On the steel.
steel guitar. It was just and we had a bagpiper.
Oh yes, the bagpiper. Now that is a story I have to tell you, just quickly. I couldn't find, now this is hilarious for us Scottish people, Scotland couldn't get a piper to play these songs. Well, two of them actually. But one of them was from the Tattoo in Edinburgh, and one of them was a wedding piper, and they just didn't do it. So Terry says, right, we'll get you a piper in Nashville. And I thought, yeah, right, okay, we'll get a piper in Nashville. So we got over there and we found a piper called David.
David
And
Goodman.
David Goodman. And when we got in the studio, we didn't know this. But I come from a little place called the Weems in the east coast of Scotland. And it's not a very well known part of Scotland. And David said, "You're from the Weems in Scotland?" I says, "Yes." He says, "My grandfather comes from there, called David Broadfoot." And in the song that he did, from Terry's song, was Right Out of the Blue, and in the lyrics it has, "In my bonny homeland Scotland, in Weems by the sea." So it had the lyrics in it, and he was the piper, and his family come from the Weems. It was just meant. Do you see what I mean about the God-given gift of what this is all about? It was just meant. So the other pipers weren't meant to be in that album. It was David. How amazing
magical.
is that?
It's just all been magical, and now it's been released, and it can be bought on CD Baby, and it can be bought for download on CD Baby and iTunes and Amazon.com.
Yep. And you'll hear it on the
it's
radio.
got a PR firm over in UK, Jump the Moon, with Carmel Mannion and
Yep.
Daniel Shute, and they're gonna. It's getting a lot of airplay on BBC over
Yeah.
there. I mean, that's the big boys.
It's doing great over there just now. It's just released, so a magical start.
Yeah, she's going home, and she'll be doing an interview in Glasgow at a radio station on the 6th of July.
Yep.
I love that you loved my songs and you felt them.
I absolutely love them, Terry. It's amazing. They all are.
I've been making her speak in a southern accent because sometimes I don't understand her.
Yeah, I gotta try my accent. I gotta keep practicing my Texas
And
accent.
get me a hear. She said, "I'm gonna get you a hearing aid." And I said, "Well, my ear isn't ready for in the who's new. I'm gonna play the muthi.
It's not
And
tuned.
that's a harmonica, a muthi.
Yeah, we call it a muthi. But in American translated, that's a harmonica.
I'm just so grateful to have found you. You are an answer to a 25-year prayer.
Oh,
If I could have sung them like you, but I couldn't. They needed you. You were the missing piece.
well, Terry, I feel exactly the same. I was needing to have good songs, and I was praying for good songs, and look what happened. I got the magic. I got the creme of the crop.
Oh, we got a good one from Ron Walton and his son Bo Walton and Billy Curtis.
And
That's
Howard,
Love, which is just a real up-tempo, fun song. And Howard Moreland,
Howard Moreland, yeah, from Oregon.
Look Out My Window.
We put pipes on that one as well.
Yes, and it's beautiful, very Celtic sounding.
It's very Celtic. A lot of the Irish, a lot of the Scots, quite a lot of people will love that. But I do think it's very international. The whole album is a bit of everything for everyone's taste.
The
So-
one thing everybody says is she doesn't have a Scottish accent when she sings. They were saying that in the studio, and they say it now after they've downloaded the album, and they expected you to have a Scottish accent. I
Yeah.
can catch a couple of words, but
There's a twang in there. There's a little bit of a taste of Scotland, sometimes maybe.
well, I think Scotland is going to be very proud of its daughter.
I
You're
hope
going to
so.
do it. You're going to do her proud, and we're going to make you a star over here too.
Excellent.
You've got everything it takes. You have the look, you have the personality, and that magical voice that
Oh,
no
thank
one
you,
else
Terri.
has. You, like they said, you don't sound like anybody. You sound like Heather Dickson.
Well, that's cool. I like to think that I don't sound like anyone, but I have huge influences. But I can tell you I'm grateful for what you've just said, and
Wow.
I am so pleased that now that Terry's my manager, not only has she written 9 of the songs, but she's also my manager now, which is fantastic.
Somebody had to do it. I had to protect you and guide you, because I know a lot of the pitfalls, having been a writer 3 times in Nashville. I know a lot of the pitfalls that people that have never worked in Nashville don't know. When they can get taken in, they can get taken in on these custom sessions that are just, ugh. So anyway, we're guiding you, and as long as I live, I'll guide you. And
We are a team, and we have a great friendship,
yes, we do.
and we have an awesome album, and definitely a gift from God, and I absolutely adore it. So hopefully you'll all like it as well, and I will speak to you at some point in the future with the next episode of Team Heather.
And I'm gonna say one more time, John, wake up. My older boyfriend, who is the closest thing to a boyfriend I have right now, was in a terrible accident in Italy and has been in a coma for a month. But he was so excited about Heather's album. He played it he was with his family over there, and he played it a couple of nights before the accident. So we've been trying to include him. His sister's been playing all of our messages and to him, and we love you, John, and hope you're back here soon. And like I always say, andale.
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 Andale.